devotee and the demon. The Lord selected Arjuna as a recipient of this great science, owing to his being a devotee of the Lord. But for the demon, it is not possible to understand this great mysterious science. There are a number of editions of this great book of knowledge. Some of them have commentaries by the devotees, and some of them have commentaries by the demons. Commentation by the devotees is real, whereas that of the demons is useless. Arjuna accepts Sri Krishna as a Supreme Personality of Godhead, and any commentary on the Gita following in the footsteps of Arjuna Arjuna accepts Sri Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and any commentary on the Gita following in the footsteps of Arjuna is real devotional service to the cause of this great science. The demoniac, however, do not accept Lord Krishna as he is. Instead, they concoct something about Krishna and mislead general readers from the path of Krishna's instructions. Here is a warning about such misleading paths. One should try to follow the disciplic succession from Arjuna and thus be benefited by this great science of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. That very ancient science of the relationship of the Supreme is today told by me to you, because you are my devotee as well as my friend, and therefore you can understand the transcendental mystery of this science. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauri Pachayani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paskitya Deshatarine. There are different ways to acquire knowledge, and it's explained that there are two basic ways. One is that of the ascending process, and most processes are an ascending process. For example, the yoga process, the traditional yoga process, it depends so much on one's own strength of practice to carry one. And it's explained that yoga process, I mean, what is done today in the name of yoga isn't really yoga, technically. It's a very tiny aspect of the actual process which Patanjali and other sages have delineated. And to practice yoga, Krishna explains actually in the 6th chapter, one has to go to a secluded place, such as a cave up in the Himalayas. One has to lay a kusha grass down to face a certain direction. He has to arduously control the different senses. He has to practice brahmacharya. He has to be completely celibate. And it's explained in different ages. This is the age of Kali. And this is considered the most degraded age out of the 4 main ages. And the first age, which was Satyuga, people had a lifespan of 100,000 years. And the recommended process for self-realization in that age was yoga, because that's how long it took to perfect the process. But the process of yoga is a very, very difficult process. And it is only possible for one who has this practically superhuman potential. And this is as we mentioned, is considered an ascending process because it depends so much on the strength of our practice. But when this age started 5,000 years ago, when Krishna left the planet 5,000 years ago, after this great battle at which Bhagavad Gita was spoken, then this age of Kali Yuga ensued, this age of quarrel. it's considered in this age that men have short lives. They're quarrelsome, misguided, unlucky, and always disturbed. Prainal Payusha Shabya Kalivashmin Yugejana Manda Sumanda Matayo Manda Bhagya Shupadutaha. And with so many disqualifications, it's very, very difficult for us to understand this extremely subtle subject matter of self-realization. Because in all actuality, although we have a physical body, by our nature, we have nothing to do with this physical body. Our existence is completely independent of our body and our mind. So, this process of self-realization in this age has been made so incredibly easy. Easy, at the same time difficult, as you mentioned, because all the processes of self-realization, even if you go throughout all the Vedas recommend many, many different processes to advance one in spiritual life. And it's expert. So many different Vedic texts are there because there's so many different mindsets of people in general. And so the Vedas are expert at helping one in his particular mode of nature to gradually make progress, ultimately back to home, back to Godhead. And this process of Krishna consciousness has taken this, extremely lengthy process and difficult process and put it into a format that's incredibly simple. At the same time, it is a practice, and it depends on our sincerity and our seriousness in the practice.